Hey everyone, and welcome to interview 7 with our life coaches here at Coaching Minds. I'm joined today by the absolutely amazing Sebastian Garces, who is here to share his experience and his journey as a life coach. So, Sebastian, I just want to say thank you so much for being here with us today.
Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the opportunity and the invitation, Paul. Is it's always nice to have a small talk and just share for a while. Thank you for that.
And thank you so much. I also want to say thank you so much and so grateful for being one of our models for our new website as well. So people might have seen your face if they've checked out our new website. So huge thank you for that. I'm very grateful for being there. So it's great to have you today. For anybody who's tuned in, if you're watching it on the replay, if you're watching it live, please drop any questions that you have for Sebastian in the comments box below, and I'll bring them into this space. Equally, if you have any questions for me with regards to what we do here at Coaching Minds, drop them below as well. So, Sebastian, thank you for being here. My first question for today's interview is, what was it that started your journey or your want or desire to be a life coach?
Um. Well, initially, as you know, and perhaps if for those who saw the one of the webinars in which I was interviewed, um, as professionally speaking, I'm a currency trader. And me personally, I just found that I was I wasn't profitable or good at my profession because of what I knew in terms of knowledge, but because of what my thoughts were, my beliefs, what things that I accepted as possible and or not possible, mental blocks and so forth. So what made a huge difference for me, professionally speaking, as a trader, was working on my self development rather than continue working on finding the holy grail, the perfect strategy. I did that for almost 2 years just to find that I was working in the wrong things. So when I started to improve myself on daily basis by doing certain things and general growth overall internal, it's when I started to have better results. So part of my journey or my objectives are to is to have an academy where I'm going to teach people how to trade. So I'm going to give them all the knowledge that I have. um, but I know that that's not going to be enough. I know that people needs help with the self development, and it can definitely turn your life and make everything just way better. So finding this community was just perfect for that, um, because I'm getting all the tools, all the support, all the good vibes, the great energy from our community, and it's definitely helping me to get there to achieve that goal that I have. So that's what attracted me to coaching in general.
No, fantastic. And I really love, your take and your view on your trading and how you're bringing in those softer skills and the importance of focusing on us. Because I feel like that's a lot of what a lot of people, when they're setting up new businesses, whatever it is that they're setting up, I feel like what they miss is that investment in themselves. And the more we invest in ourselves, the more we can really make our business or whatever we want to do a success. So it's great to hear, and I always love to hear about your vision of your trading academy, and I'm really looking forward to that coming into fruition and becoming something real. It's going to be fantastic.
It will 100%. And you know from all the tools that we have there and so forth, and the ability to create that space, to share who we are, what we do, and how we want to impact the world in a positive way. is just massive. And yeah, absolutely, I'm definitely counting with all the community and you, of course, to help me on this path as well. I know that you're a great leader. You're always there for us. So yeah, that's fantastic. We'll definitely make that happen.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, and we will do our best to really help you and what you need and the support you need. But you've got it all in you. You do the work on yourself, and you're going to build this. So really looking forward to see it coming into reality. So my next question, and you mentioned a bit, you're getting that good energy from the community, you're getting that support. But what was it that attracted you to Coaching Minds?
So I started really working on myself in terms of small things, just like reading, meditating, journaling, reflecting, all this stuff. Probably, yeah, one when the pandemic started. But it was very individual. It was very lonely. And I mean, it was good. It was good because there's nothing wrong with solitude or anything like that. But at some point, it was just nice to see that there was like a community where you could find all this positivity, people sharing their stories, stuff that they've gone through, because we all struggle, right? Regardless of where we are in life, what we do, we got money or not, whatever, we all struggle. So I just found this community where people is just being so open and so honest to share their experience, and trying to really help others to overcome certain stuff. um and it was great because if you think about it, you have your phone, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, you have Facebook, whatever, but most of the time you're just wasting your time on these platforms. So I didn't have like any space um, in which I could find the support that I actually needed. So finding this community and seeing how far um, it's gotten to the point. I think that it was launched. Coaching Minds was launched like 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Just one,
And
just 1 year, yeah.
just 1 year, right? So it's huge, and all the new work that or the new things that are on the platform already, everything's so organized. I think it's priceless, and it's for free. It's for free, so you pretty much, we all know how important our surrounding, our environment is. So this is a platform in which you get in, and you're is there's no way you're wasting time on the platform, because everything you either read, watch, or share on the platform is just pure, legit, and good information. And that's what attracted me the most, um, honestly. And the fact that there are so many activities, almost every day. It was great. I loved it.
No, and thank you for that. And thank you for being a big part of the energy within that. You start to jump in, you start to get a feel for the app, and now you've done some live webinars with us. You've engaged and connected with a lot of people. You've done couple of podcast episodes with us as well. So you're really contributing to the energy that's in there. And we just want to say thank you so much. We're so grateful for what you've given and shared with us to really help the energy in that platform grow. So thank you so much on behalf of Coaching Minds for the work that you put into it as well.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And wow, man, another thing that was great and huge as well is the fact that it's like a global community where there's people from everywhere in the world. It makes it so interesting because sometimes we get to have really good conversations about certain topics, and it's just awesome to see different points of views from people all over the world. And that's just amazing. And I think that I'm making some cool and real friends, and it's just I mean, it's priceless. That's the world. Love it.
Thank you so much. And it's great. That global community is absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic, but it's also our biggest challenge as well in terms of getting people together on time zones. Like, if we
Yeah.
could everyone's in the same time zone, that is the dream. That's the beauty because we're connecting everyone. But yeah, it's
Sure.
but no, thank you for sharing that. And that's that's what we want is that global community and to connect with people and learn different perspectives from different cultures, different views on life in different areas of the world. So thank you for bringing that into the space. It's something that we're really striving to build here. So my next question is, so you've been part of our certification program since end of February, beginning of March kind of time. So what's that? About 4 or 5 months you've been part of Coaching Minds. And my question is, so we offer a lot. There's a lot to get involved with. There's a lot of requirements in order to complete our certification program. So I just want to know, what is it that you like best about the program?
Uh, well, it's quite hard to actually choose something specific, but I'm going to say that this the module that we have on ethics, the ethics module, and we've talked about it, and the fact that Coaching Minds is taking it really seriously compared to maybe other programs, other certification programs. I think it's huge because when you think about it, coaching, it's can definitely have a huge impact in someone's life when done properly, either for good or for bad, right? So it's like you learn all these tools for your own life, and then to assist others on their journey, and it's a huge power, right? So the ethics module gives you those, let's say, guidelines and kind of rules for you to use that power properly for your own benefit and from the benefit of others, of those that you're assisting. So when I saw the ethics exam, or well, the the module, the lessons, and then the exam, from that perspective, I said, well, it's great. It makes perfect sense, and I love it that it's part of the program, because lots of topics that are involved on the ethics module um, are definitely key for the practice as a coach. From the legal side of things, make sure that you're doing everything properly depending on where you live, to making sure that there's no conflict of interest and so forth, which can lead to huge issues if you're coaching someone. So I would choose that one as my best or my favorite.
And thank you so much for choosing that, because it is one of the things that makes our program unique is that specific ethics module. It's really focused with the exam as well. So providing an exam for our training coaches to pass. And I really like what you said, because ethics covers a wide range of things. People just think ethics is about doing the right thing, but actually you've got to look at your legal obligations. As a coach, you're setting up a business. How you set that up depends on what legal obligations that you have, whether you're going sole trader, if you're going into partnership with other coaches, how do you manage the legal side of that? Or if you're setting yourself up as a private company, you have to have different legal obligations. And that's, again, something that we spotted when we did our research here at Coaching Minds before setting up the program, that was missing in other programs, was that legal side. And because my background's law, I can help a lot of people in the UK who are thinking about setting up their coaching business and give them a lot more support in that area. So the legal obligations, but also I don't think a lot of coaches understand conflicts of interest, where they can arise, how to spot them, and having that ability to be able to say, okay, I might not be the best person to coach this client. How do I refer them to someone else? What is the rules that I do to have to refer them? Am I acting within my competencies? What are my competencies as a life coach? What can I do and can't I do? And that's so important. And all these people that are just going out there because they've got some kind of experience calling themselves life coaches miss out on all that. So thank you for bringing that in. It's a really, really important module. My next question is, so here at Coaching Minds, we offer a coaching center, a free coaching center or donation based. So anybody who would like coaching can apply for one of our training coaches, and we connect them with a coach. And if they're happy with the service, they can offer a donation at the end. So my question is, what are your thoughts around our coaching center?
I think I think it's huge, and it's a huge benefit for. I mean, it's a win-win situation, right? But for me as someone who's going through this journey of becoming a life coach, um, as you're starting with all this. You start thinking about, okay, how am I going to get my clients? How is it that I'm going to start those first interactions? How am I going to promote myself and so forth? And this is something that we also worked within the program, which is the Imposter Syndrome, right? Not feeling that I'm good enough to start. So having this space where people can just sign in and say, hey, I would like to be coach, or I need some help with this, and then internally we find the best fit for that person. It's awesome because we get to practice everything we work on day after day throughout the program. um, and we do our best. We definitely give our best to provide the best service we can as we are learning. And then whoever is being coached is also getting great benefit, because it's a professional service what we do here. We're not improvising or anything like that. We can tell that through the practical workshops, all of our coaches are truly giving their best to become their best version, so then they can give and provide the best service. And also the fact that coaching has this tendency of being quite expensive, or also perceived as being quite expensive. Me, for example, I'm from Colombia, and it's I was looking at numbers, and it's really like there's people charging an amount that is just crazy. And it's not that what we do is not, um it should be cheap. Let me put this right. But what I'm trying to say here is that it really shouldn't be like that expensive. Because everyone needs help, and the fact that this option is there for people to sign up, receive coaching, and we can benefit from it by practicing ourselves. I think it's massive, because that's how we are going to reach our goal, which is making it global, right? Making it accessible for everyone. So I think it's a great idea. It definitely is.
Thank you for that. And you touched upon some really important points in terms of we want to get it accessible, we want to make it affordable, but we don't want to drop the value. So just because it's donation based, it doesn't mean you're not going to be getting value. There's this myth I feel in the coaching industry that I have to put a high price because that means I'm giving high value. But that's not necessarily. This is when people get into the traps of being scammed, paying too much for a service that isn't giving value. So we're affordable, but we're keeping that value there.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah. No, fantastic. So two questions left. My next question is, so the other thing we offer that makes our coaching program quite unique is our online coaching pods. So we give each of our coaches their own private online space where they can interact with their members and they can be creative and build it how they want to build it. So my next question is, how have you found our online pods?
Well, one of the things that we have to say here is how much effort and how much work um, you and the rest of the team puts on the platform itself to make it, as the best it can possibly be. And having this space which is your own, right? Like you have the Coaching Minds platform where you interact with all the topics and so forth. But then individually as a coach, you can, within the same platform, create your own space which is actually yours, and start building your coaching business from there, with all the tools, linking the payment system and so forth, and kind of building your own community within the bigger community, right? Because we're all different. We're all aiming to be, um, yeah, life coaches, but we all have our niche, something that we specialize on. So having that ability to create your own space and really making your own, with your essence, and share what you want to share with the rest of the world, and start building your own community, it's great. And going through all the tools, you can pretty much do whatever you want inside of it, in terms of getting creative and working that way. So it's a huge, 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 huge advantage for us as coaches, for sure.
No, thank you so much for sharing that. And I love the way you put that. And Dini's analogy of a big shopping mall with all the coaches having their own individual shops in there has come to my mind again. So it seems to be the visualization that everyone has, and it's like having like the platforms like a Facebook, like a social media, all focused on personal growth and development. And then the coaching pods are like the Facebook groups where you can connect in the different groups that you want to engage with and follow. So yeah, and what's really exciting is over the next year, there's going to be so much more features for our coaches to get involved with and to help build that. From things like actually being able to go directly live in there, and also building in badges and some form of gamification to allow your members to earn badges by doing certain things within your coaching pod. So lots of things to come, including a whole brand new layout as well. So we're going to constantly improve that and work with Mighty Networks, which is the platform we use to make it the best platform we can for our Coaching Minds members. And as you mentioned, for members, it's completely free. So yeah, thank you for that. And finally, my last question, and I want people to be honest with this. So if it's a yes, fantastic. It's a why. So my question is, would you recommend Coaching Minds, and why? And if not, why not?
Ah, bro, it's an easy one. Well, for me, we're also looking forward to, as since we're a global community, right? Me personally, being from Colombia, like most of the people I know, they speak Spanish, right? So part of our plan is just making sure that it's accessible for everyone in most of the languages, right? So people I know that they speak English and so forth, I've already invited them to join. Um, there's just no reason why you wouldn't want to join. Like, it wouldn't make sense. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense, to say anything or think about anything negative about it, because the way it's created and the way it's set up and the way it works, because we also got have our rules and guidelines as any other community, right? Just to make sure that it's a safe environment for everyone. um yeah, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't recommend it. I encourage everyone listening to join us. Trust me, it's just a great space where you'll find lots of information, lots of fun activities. You will connect with people all over the world. You can choose if you just, want to download it, see the content, and leave, and then come back another day, be just an spectator, or you're more than welcome as well to take part into the conversation and the activities. So it's 100% positivity. It's fun. So yeah, I definitely encourage everyone to join. It's going to be very, very good for yourself and for us, because we would love to have more and more and more people joining, just so we can continue growing as fast as we've been growing. Yeah.
No, thank you so much for that. Thank you for your kind words and for recommending us as well. And yeah, when we get more people in, the energy is just going to keep growing and growing. And we're attracting some really great people into there to really build this energy. And yourself being included, Sebastian, as well. So thank you for everything today. I'm going to go to the Facebook comments. Some reason StreamYard doesn't link to personal profiles, so we can't see anything on the screen today. But I've had this open. So we've got a few people in here. Let's take a look what's come through. Any questions that you do have for Sebastian, please drop them now while I'm reading through who's tuned in and what's being said. So we've got Luchmi here. Hello, Luchmi. It's wonderful to see you. Meher's tuned in. She's saying hello to everybody. Adrian's here. Adrian, it's wonderful to see you here. Thank you so much. Frank, it's great to see you. Frank's tuned in saying hello. Kera, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Paula's tuned in. Andres Hernandez is tuned in. Johannes Fezler's tuned in. Lots of people tuning in. Paula has saying, so a question from Paula Adams here. She says, how have you grown, if any, by going through the coaching modules?
Wow. Lots, because we're learning all this. We're given all this information and tools, and the best ways to use them, when we're giving coaching to others, when we're with a client. But something that we do throughout that journey is seeing how that knowledge and tools apply to our own lives. So many things that we do and that we learn, part of the process is using them or checking if they work for us, right? And that gives us a way better understanding of this knowledge and tools, so then we can share it with others properly. So going through the modules and the practical workshops and the exercises, has definitely helped me to grow within my journey, my personal journey, my personal development as well. A lot, absolutely. Just because of that constant interaction with the information, and in the practical workshops, when I'm just an spectator, I'm not participating on the activity, but I see how the exercise applies to others and to myself. There's a lot of reflection involved on, let's say, becoming a certified life coach, and that reflection, self-reflection, has to improve you as a human being. It just has to. So yeah, big growth from taking the course.
Thank you so much for sharing all that, Sebastian. And it's great to see you using those tools on yourself as well. We should never use anything with anybody else or introduce anyone to anything else unless we've tried it on our own. So it's great that you do that. And it's such a good question, Paula, as well.
Yeah.
So another question's come in for you as well. Again, for this one's from Paula as well. She says, what is your one takeaway from the beginning of your coaching journey to this point where you are now?
Um, Wow, there are so many, but let me think. Um, I would say, well, working on many things, but for I I, I used to suffer of imposter syndrome, but I found something very nice and beautiful is that I found that it was something that I was suffering or being a victim of in many other areas of my life as well. So it wasn't just like, okay, I'm going to become a life coach, and I'm just starting, and I'm having these thoughts of not being good enough. But I found that I was actually feeling like that in many, many other areas of my life at some point. Trading as well, my profession as a trader, because you're in social media, and you see all these people making huge money that you don't even know if it's real or not, and then you start second guessing yourself and comparing yourself to others, and and it was huge, because finding the way to through the module, there's one lesson that really goes deep into imposter syndrome, and I was able to use it for, like, to remove that limiting belief from other areas of my life as well, besides becoming a certified coach. So I think that the lesson that I learned, um, from from that module, was fantastic, and it's one of the biggest takeaways that I have from today. Because look, right now I was able to quit my regular job, and I'm only trading for a living, which is huge for me. And I really think that it helped me, because I was like afraid of taking that step, although I was ready, but I didn't feel I was ready, right? So yeah, wow, great question. Thank you, Paula. That's definitely what it was.
No, great question, Paula, and thank you for sharing that answer, Sebastian. And imposter syndrome is something that gets a lot of us and really holds us back, to telling us ourselves that we're not good enough to step forward, feeling like we're going to be exposed as a fraud. It can really grip a lot of us and hold us back from taking that step that we need to really step into who we want to be. So thank you for a really good answer on that. Vince tuned in. She said hello to both of us, and telling you to have a blessed Sunday. It's wonderful to see you, Vin. Joanne McCann is here. Thank you so much for being here. Paula is saying, I love how there is a built-in support system to help set up our coaching pods too. Yeah, that's an important point to note. So we're here to support you and help you and spend that time building those pods. And we are at the minute going through building a user guide, so you can have a step-by-step on all the different features that you can do in the coaching pod as well. So at Coaching Minds, we're constantly trying to grow, constantly trying to improve our service and give our coaches all the support that they need. Adrian has says, thank you, Paul Smith. These interviews are extremely helpful, and thank you to you as well, Sebastian. So lots of love coming through as well, lots of hearts I can see coming through, Sebastian, for you too.
That's great. Wow, we had a lot of people joining. Wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that. Thank you everyone for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, so I'm just going to, there's a few more comments, if that's okay. So Paul is saying the way everything is set up to help people and the people who are coaching and learning to be coaches is such a positive environment that continues to grow and support each other to help serve everyone we can. Thank you, Paul. That's really what we're trying to do here as well. And you play an amazing part in this in terms of helping us create that environment and energy, along with Sebastian and each of us coaches we've had interviewed over this past week. And then lots of love coming through. Paula is saying she totally understands the imposter syndrome journey. So happy that it helped you discover how much good you are doing. And then we've got a comment. Final comment is from Luchmi, and she's asking, would Sebastian give us some free coaching about trading needs to generate some income?
Oh, I would love to. Actually, now that he's mentioned it, um, we we could we could definitely set up a webinar within the platform for that, I would love to share some of my insights and things that I know for those that might be interested on this journey, either as a hobby, or if there's anyone who's really into trade learning this skill. I'll be more than happy to help. Yeah, we could definitely set that up.
Yeah. Sebastian, I've got to be honest with you. Every time we do a live with you or webinar, people are asking, interested. We need to get this coaching academy rolling so you can
Yeah.
get this training and get this built out. So because there's a lot of people that are interested in this. So yeah, and if you want as well, we could do a webinar, Sebastian. And if you don't mind, if you're looking for coaching and you want Sebastian as your coach, when you go through the application form, just drop a note that you would like Sebastian to be your coach, and we can connect you with him. And again, yeah, work through some coaching with Sebastian. So feel free to just put that in the extra comments bit of your application form. So, Sebastian, I want to say thank you so much for taking your time today and being here, giving us your experiences, your energy, and just all your love and support as well. We really, really appreciate everything that you do. So thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for again for the invitation. I always love when we do this type of things, just connecting and sharing with everyone. So it was great. I'm always here for the next one. I just love it. It's fantastic. And I'll see you guys within the platform. Can't wait to connect with you all.
No, fantastic. So if you join our platform, you can find Sebastian in his pod and you can connect with him in there as well. And I'm sure you can find him on Facebook as well from this live and connect with him there. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in as well. Thank you for your questions, your comments, and also your love. And I think that's the signal for Sebastian ready to go get some food. And so we'll let you go off. And thank you, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. And have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and we'll connect with you in the week. Thank you.